RedEyeRadioShow.com. That's RedEyeRadioShow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at RedEyeRadioShow.com. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund invites all over-the-road Class A CDL holders to join our smoking cessation program, Rigs Without Cigs. Participants receive tools to assist in quitting, along with support and accountability from the program manager and others in the program. Incentive packages are offered by the Road Pro family of brands for all who stop using tobacco through the Rigs Without Cigs program. Go to truckersfund.org under the Health and Wellness tab and sign up for Rigs Without Cigs. News Radio 1440 is WLWI-AM and 95.1 HD3 FM. A Cumulus Media Station. CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with former President Trump, who's scheduled to appear in federal court in Washington tomorrow after a federal grand jury accused him of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election while he was in office. Correspondent Matt Piper has our top story.
Former President Donald Trump has now been indicted for the third time, this one in the case over January 6th. Special Counsel Jack Smith.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault.
Democrat Congressman Jamie Raskin was a member of the bipartisan January 6th Congressional Commission.
It's parallel to what we suggested, and I think it's a very elegant sequencing of what took place.
Sources tell CBS News the former president's legal team is mapping out a new strategy to shift the blame to lawyers, including John Eastman, who were advising him at the time. His current attorney, John Lauro, tells CNN,
This is an attack on free speech and political advocacy.
The indictment says the former president had 6 co-conspirators, but it does not name them. So far, they've not been charged. Allies are concerned former Vice President Mike Pence could emerge as a key witness in the indictment. S&P futures are down 24, a day after Fitch downgraded the U.S. long-term credit rating from AAA to AA+. It cites expected fiscal deterioration over the next 3 years because of an erosion of government and growing debt burden. The PNC Financial Stuff's O'Shea says
the U.S. economy is in very solid shape right now. It's continuing to grow. The labor market is very strong.
Dow futures are down 107. There is no new billionaire in our midst this morning. No one won last night's Mega Millions jackpot. It ups Friday's take to $1.25 billion. The Pentagon is thinning forces at the U.S.-Mexico border. Correspondent Cammy McCormick reports.
The Pentagon will pull more than 1,000 troops from the southwest border. 1,500 troops are deployed in May as part of a temporary presence to reduce a surge in migrants. But their numbers have fallen sharply. There will still be National Guard troops in the region.
Researchers say artificial intelligence could drastically improve the process of getting and interpreting mammograms. CBS's Michael George.
A new study in the Lancet Oncology found AI-supported mammography analysis detects 20% more cancers compared to 2 radiologists working together, with no increase in false positives. AI also reduces the time to read mammograms by 44%.
S&P futures now down 23. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and max speed with Indeed. Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Designed for curious travelers. Viking offers all-inclusive voyages on all 7 continents, with no children and no casinos on board. Learn more at Viking.com.
If you need last-minute hires in no time, you need Indeed. Their integrated hiring solution lets you schedule and conduct video interviews all in one place. Finding your next great hire has never been more streamlined. Get hiring at Indeed.com/credits.
The New York Times calls BritBox the best of British telly. Stream brilliant series you can only find on BritBox. Unlock acclaimed favourites like Vera and Stonehouse, plus the upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Cary Grant. Start a free trial on BritBox.com.
Staples has what you need for travel. Passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel-sized items.
And I've been to the desert where horse with no name. To the beat out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name.
You want to look super skinny in that picture, so you likely do what a lot of us do, suck in your stomach. But experts say this is bad for your health. A doctor from Lenox Hill Hospital in Manhattan told the New York Post that tensing your tummy can cause inefficient breathing and a weakened pelvic floor, leading to incontinence and sexual dysfunction. He adds that sucking it in results in your diaphragm moving upward instead of down, impairing its normal function. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Question.
Do you like fun?
Mattel is looking to hire an Uno lover to introduce fans to a new version of the card game called Uno Quattro. The cheap player will get paid $4,444 to play for 4 weeks, afternoons only, in New York City, and teach new fans the rules. You have to have an outgoing personality to be able to speak with the public. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
That's mighty nice. Mighty nice, mighty nice.
You can buy a mattress anywhere, but at Wolf Waste Bedding, we want to make sure you get a good night's sleep. We will take the time to teach you how a mattress is made, what supports you, and what gives you comfort. Then let you make a decision on what's best for you. Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered. Shop the Better Sleep sale and get up to $400 off on Heritage Sleep Homegrown Collection. Calm down, Steve. Get a great night's sleep from Wolf Waste Bedding thanks to American Flooring.
The boys of summer are back. It is time to butter up with Biscuits Baseball. The Biscuits are your place for fun all summer long. Check out biscuitsbaseball.com for all the day of the week promotions, including Taco Tuesday, Wild Military Wednesday, T-shirt Thursdays with Thirsty Thursday drink specials presented by Turnerbox Audio, Max Fireworks Saturdays, and Lil Crumbs Sundays presented by Go Fish Alabama. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL. Butter up.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hope, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Candace, a verified Navage user, who writes, "This is the greatest invention ever made. I truly can't believe the difference and the relief it has made in my sinus problems. Thank you." Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life. Upgrade your sports experience with Beef O'Brady's in Prattville. Beef's has 25 big screen TVs and 8 personal screens in the booths, so you know the sports are always on. Burgers, tacos, wings, fajitas, even surf and turf can all be found on their daily value and to-go menu. Don't forget when dining in that happy hour is weekdays from 3:30 to 6:30. And at Beef O'Brady's, you'll find family meal deals and a catering menu, making family takeout food a snap. Best yet, you can order food online for quick and easy pickup. So for good food and good sports, head to Beef O'Brady's in Prattville, located just off Topsford Road in front of the Home Depot. And we're offering you another sweet deal. Starting Friday, August 4th, head to this radio station. You score $50 in gift certificates for Beef O'Brady's Prattville for just $25. This deal is perfect for your sports and family fun. But it starts at 8 a.m. and offers are limited, so act fast. Friday, August 4th,
Just visit this station's website and click on Sweet Deals.
Introducing Rich Valdez, America at Night, the podcast.
Welcome to the Conversation with Media.
A perfect blend of news and entertainment, interviews and insights.
It's really just an expose on how messed up things are.
America's nighttime town hall whenever you want.
It's a huge problem that deserves a lot more attention.
Rich Valdez, America at Night. Follow the podcast wherever you listen.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by LaQuire. AC by LaQuire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbylaquire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbylaquire.com. License number 84417.
Wednesday, sun and cloud mixed together, temperatures around 96 degrees. The humidity will certainly be present, but like yesterday, it will not be oppressively high. That's why we're going to stay dry. Tomorrow, rain chances return late afternoon into the evening, about a 40% chance of showers and storms. Highs continue to be way up in the 90s, feeling like it's over 100. And we'll see additional chances for showers and storms Friday and this weekend. That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. No major problems or accidents are being reported. Check with the surrounding counties. They're clear. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville, and 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. Registration for fall classes going on now at Trenton State. This is the time to get your financial aid in order. Change your life. Call Trenton State. Today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up. It's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning. I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Wednesday. For the first time in U.S. history, a former president, Donald Trump, is charged with trying to overturn an election. Trump called the prosecution politically motivated. It's the third time Trump was indicted. He could face charges in a fourth case later this month relating to election interference in Georgia. A newly signed bill makes it illegal to smoke or vape in a car with a child, and it doesn't matter if the windows are rolled down. The law is a secondary violation, meaning if you get pulled over for another reason, an officer suspects you were smoking in the car with a child under the age of 15, you could be fined up to $100. Another new law is now in effect. It bans panhandling and loitering along state highways and roadways. In Montgomery County, that includes the Boulevard, Atlanta Highway, Vaughn Road, and Taylor Road. Violators could be charged with a misdemeanor, and second-time offenders could face fines or even jail time. That's your news on this Wednesday. I'm Jed Davis in the newsroom.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police.
Coffee is overrated.
20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring and SimpliSafe.
Way overrated.
Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than.
I don't know how people put up with it every day.
When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
My FICO score went down too. I don't care. I don't want no more credit.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health.
I don't want no more credit. All it does is put you in debt.
Judging by the thank you.
No. The best credit to have is bad credit. That means you can't buy jack. Nothing on credit.
We live it. Give.
And what's so great about good credit anyway? All it means is that you can go in debt.
Russell Wilson here. We'll play 60 United Way in the NFL.
The best credit is bad credit.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you guys going to do that every
Woo!
day? Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last night with friends we hadn't seen.
Stuff
in a
ain't too
long
bad
time.
this morning.
The next day,
I'm
we
thirsty.
received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro.
All right, there we go. Go.
News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Depend on it.
Sometimes.
All right, it's time to go to work. Time to get up. Time to go to work.
Deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkin.
Woo! And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine if you can. For there's one more day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning, I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It's time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective, or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Today's daily bread is simply entitled The Powerful and the Weak. Scripture insight today comes from Ezekiel 34:1-2 and 7-12. As a matter of fact, Ezekiel 34:2-1 says, "Woe to you! You have not strengthened the weak, nor healed the sick. Govern yourselves accordingly." Good morning. And again, it is August the 2nd, 2023. It is a day like all the other days that has never been. And once it's gone, it will never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to bring it back. You don't get to come and undo the things that you do this day. And you don't get a chance to come back and do the things that you should have done. So whatever it is that you do with this day, August the 2nd, 2023, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done with this day. If you've lived a little while on God's green earth, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, while you can, for as long as you can until you can't, reach back every once in a while and give somebody else a helping hand. Benjamin Elijah Mays said, and I say it every morning because it's true, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, we all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never ever quit. You never give up. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. My mother used to say that nothing beats a failure but a try. Don't ever give up. One foot in front of the other. It's all it takes to move forward. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. Never, ever quit. Because quitters don't win. And winners Oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they never quit. The powerful and the weak. That is our daily bread for this day, August the 2nd. And no matter what happens, it is still a great day to be alive.
Thank you for joining us for today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Wynn Collier, and I wrote today's piece, The Powerful and the Weak. Perhaps the most heartwarming tradition in college football happens at the University of Iowa. The Stead Family Children's Hospital sits next to Iowa's Kinnick Stadium, and the hospital's top floor has floor-to-ceiling windows, offering a great view of the field. On game days, sick children and their families fill the floor to watch the action below. And at the end of the first quarter, coaches, athletes, and thousands of fans turn to the hospital and wave. For those few moments, the children's eyes light up. It's powerful to see the athletes with a packed stadium and thousands more watching on TV pause and show they care. The scriptures instruct those who have power, and all of us have some kind of power, to care for those who are weak, watch over those who are struggling, and tend to those whose bodies are broken. Too often, though, we ignore those in need of attention. The prophet Ezekiel rebuked Israel's leaders for their selfishness, for disregarding those who most needed help. Woe to you, God said through Ezekiel. You have not strengthened the weak, or healed the sick, or bound up the injured. How often do our personal priorities, leadership philosophies, or economic policies demonstrate little regard for those in distress? God shows us a different way, where those with power watch out for those who are weak. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Ezekiel chapter 34, verses 1 to 2 and 7 to 12. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Woe to you, shepherds of Israel, who only take care of yourselves. Should not shepherds take care of the flock? Now picking up at verse 7. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because my flock lacks a shepherd, and so has been plundered and has become food for all the wild animals. And because my shepherds did not search for my flock, but cared for themselves rather than for my flock. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I am against the shepherds, and will hold them accountable for my flock. I will remove them from tending the flock, so that the shepherds can no longer feed themselves. I will rescue my flock from their mouths, and it will no longer be food for them. For this is what the sovereign Lord says. I myself will search for my sheep and look after them. As a shepherd looks after his scattered flock when he is with them, so will I look after my sheep. I will rescue them from all the places where they were scattered on a day of clouds and darkness. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, teach us to love as you love. Help us to see and come alongside those who are weak and broken. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, time to go to work. Time to rise and shine, people. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Let's go to work. Time to get up. Hey, it's not Friday yet. All right, then. It's Wednesday. It's a matter of fact, the middle of the week. All right. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. I know most of y'all don't know what that's all about. Don't worry about it. Don't open wide. I got a reserve by my side. Come on now. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Hey, lolly, 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 hey, hey. Come on, time to rise and shine. Hey, lolly, 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 hey, hey. Hey, lolly. A GR grits and a GR gravy. Come on now. We're so glad we didn't join the Navy. Hey, lolly, lolly, hey. And a GR corn. Come on now. We're so glad that we're airborne. Oh, lolly, lolly, hey. Here we go. All the way. Come on now. Time to rise and shine. All the way. Come on now. Airborne. Time for PT. Time for PT. We got PT today. I kind of slipped out on Monday morning. All right. Where's Sergeant Smith at? Let's get this show going here. Let me grab my coffee. Anybody seen the first sergeant and the sergeant major this morning? Yeah, tell them to get on out here too. And the sergeant major. And yeah, let's get it done. Hard work. Oh, oh. Hard work, work. Oh, 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 oh. Hard work, work. That's what they say. Hard work, work, work. I own my pay. Hard work, do it every day. I get up by the 2:45, and go to pray. Woo! Hard work, work. That's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Hard work, work, and go to play. Hard work, work. Woo! Hard work, work. Let's go to work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh yeah. That's what they do. Hard work. That's right. Do it every day. Come on. Woo! Hard work, work. Woo! In the early morning rain. Hard work, work. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Come on. Woo! Are we done yet? Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Set them on down. Hard work, work. Hard work, work, work. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Woo. Woo. Okay. All right. Okay. I got to stop slacking on that PT. It's wearing me out this morning. And now, let's pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America, because no matter what the Democrats in Washington, D.C. are doing, trying to put the former president in jail for free speech, hey, what happens when they come for you? This country is in some serious trouble. Anyway, but good morning to you. My oath of office, my oath of service, it don't expire. To defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I would say if you're trying to criminalize free speech, I would call you an enemy of this country. What say you? They're going to ask for more. They can get one of these days. Yep, I think Washington, D.C. is anti-American. Oh, will they put me in jail too? Well, there's some things worth going for. criminalizing free speech in a nation that's founded on free speech. There's something wrong with that picture. Good morning to you. Good morning to the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Sheriff Department, Montgomery Fire Department, ALEA, Montgomery, Alabama National Guard, and that's National Guard for the Air Force and the Army. You know, we love you both. Good morning to the Sergeant Major, Alabama National Guard, Sergeant Major, I can't remember, Rasmussen is the name. Good morning to you. I don't think you got no jump wings, though, but that's okay. You got the stripes. We good. And somebody parked the C-141 on the tarmac. I'll be ready to go as soon as I get off the air this morning. Got to get my rucksack, my jump boots, and I'm ready to roll. All right? I'm just saying. But I'm only going to get on the C-141 or C-5. Okay, I like that C-17. If I get a ride on one, then I'll be all right. Or 130, or 123, either one. I'll take either one. Whatever the mission dictates. And good morning, everybody. Hope everything's going all right. Yeah, but I am certainly concerned about our country. I really am. You know, you take a guy, the president of the United States, doesn't have the right to give his opinion about whether or not an election was done fairly or not. Whether it was or whether it was or wasn't, history will have to figure all that out. I know what I think, but what I think doesn't necessarily make it true. But you keep indicting a guy over and over again for speech. And the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States give him, me, you, and everybody else a freedom of speech. You know, if that doesn't bother you, because sooner or later it's gonna, like over in Prattville, okay, and it's already seeping in to our society now. Over in Prattville, the city council didn't want you to read the books that you allow in the public library, but they didn't want you to read that same book inside the chambers of the Prattville City Council because it was libacious, it was insulting, it was nasty, as a matter of fact, to tell you the truth. But they didn't want to hear it, to the point where they threatened police intervention if the people didn't stop reading the book. Okay, so sometimes they want free speech, and sometimes they don't. So I'm just saying, and I love me some Gillespie over there. But I think the city council got it wrong here. If it's good enough to go into the libraries so our kids can reach it, then it ought to be good enough to be heard in the city council chamber. It's all free speech is coming under attack in this country. Okay. Other day, I heard a guy lost his job because he didn't want to call what he knew to be a man a mister. Seriously, he lost his job because he didn't want to call what he knew to be a man a mister. Okay, because it wanted to be called ma'am. Okay, lost his job. So all the education that we keep talking about every year in this country, and right now we're going to start back next week, back to school. What's it good for if politically it does not benefit whatever narrative that people want? So if you're not afraid of America, the things that are going on in America now, then you probably don't belong here. You probably wasn't born here, and you damn sure ain't served this country, because you ought to be afraid. You ought to be real scared of what's going on in America right now. And there's where I get I'm so irate about the Republicans. You know what? They really won't fight. Now the Democrats will lie. They will fight. They will scandalize your name, all kinds of things. But the Republicans want to be nice. Well, what's going to happen? One of these days, the Republicans are going to be sitting home losers, and the United States will be just a figment of what we used to be. And free speech is the cornerstone of our nation. Hey, what can I tell you? Anyway, the lessons of life and the word of the day is coming up right after this. Or after a while, we probably won't have the word of the day, because the words won't mean what we used to think they mean. I mean, Mr. used to mean male. Male used to mean, the guy was born with a bat and balls, and woman was born with the catcher's mitt. That's the way it used to be. Now it's all turned upside down. We have people losing their job because they won't call a man a Mrs. Oh, Lord have mercy. What's going on? We'll be back.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by STEM.
If the weather calls for rain, then the rain calls for mosquitoes. Keep them away with STEM. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to repel mosquitoes safely and effectively when used as directed. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Another entirely dry day on the way for your Wednesday. Sun and clouds mixed together, temperatures around 96 degrees. The humidity will certainly be present, but like yesterday, it will not be oppressively high. That's why we're going to stay dry. Tomorrow, rain chances return late afternoon into the evening, about a 40% chance of showers and storms. Highs continue to be way up in the 90s, feeling like additional chances for showers and storms Friday and First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got our first accident, minor accident. Use caution, 2600 block of East Boulevard near Chick-fil-A. Could be slow through that area, 2600 block of East Boulevard near Chick-fil-A. Outside of that, interstate system looking good. No major problems or accidents there. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Summer is here, and Festival Plaza has it all. Enjoy a movie in the AMC Festival Plaza Theater, then eat at the Bubbly Hen. All this and more at Festival Plaza, Taylor at Vaughn, or Collier's Managed Development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
The strangest split in North America League of Legends history is nearing its end, and with it, potentially the most disappointing run for a fan-favorite team. Before the league-wide strike took place a few months ago, FlyQuest was looking to have their best season of all time. Now, in the final week, the team needs to play perfectly to snag a playoff spot. Will FlyQuest prevail, or has their story already been written?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not know what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123, 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast or your money back.
Did you know China starts teaching financial literacy in preschool? American kids are getting left behind, but we can help at home thanks to The Sensibles, a team of animated superheroes who help kids develop smart money habits in a fun way. Each month, they get a kit in the mail with a DVD, a comic book, access to an interactive website, fun activities, and lots more. Visit bcs-kids.com today and enter promo code CENT for 20% off. Digital subscriptions also available. The Sensibles. It's the sensible thing to do.
Hey, we're talking to Tammy. Tammy, why does everybody loves Mama's Produce?
Goodness, there's a whole lot of reasons to love Mama's Produce. Produce, we got ice cream. Man, have we got some fresh peas. We've got fresh limas. We've got watermelons, tomatoes. There's a whole lot of reasons to love Mama's.
And Tammy, I understand you got some fantastic watermelons.
Actually, right now I've got in some yellow meat, some sugar babies, some seedless, and I've got some jubilees that just came in.
And of course, Tammy, you keep everybody up to date on your Facebook page.
We try to stay engaged on Facebook, and if I don't answer you on Facebook or Messenger, I'll sit down at the end of the day and go through them.
Tammy, that sounds good. Now tell us where you are.
We're at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville. That's about a half a mile south of Midtown McDonald's, attached to Prattville Farm Center and right across from Peak Enterprise. Yep, we close at 5:30 Monday through Friday and Saturday at 2.
Everybody loves Mama's.
Russell Wilson here. The Play 60, United Way, and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
That's just one shit. Okay, good morning to you. Let me get to trying to take over there for a second. Next week. Good morning to you. Hope that they find you well. Hope you're not feeling too bad this morning. And if you woke up this morning, you got the wake up call, you are doing well. Because everybody didn't get it. No. .41 in the morning. The time on the wall says 41 in the morning. Okay, then. It is time for Lessons of Life and the word of the day. The word of the day is a super word. But it is a word that calls it is a word that calls for the best in us. The best in us. Not the worst. Not halfway doing it. It calls for the best in us. That we can find. I know sometimes it's hard to find it, sometimes depending on the situation. I got you. But all of us have some good in it. And this word, it means to make allowance for the needs of others. That is the word of the day. And the word is spelled Alpha, Charlie, Oscar, Mike, Oscar, Delta, Alpha, Tango, Echo. Let you guys know I still know the thing on the top. Okay. Anyway, is ACCOMMODATE. ACCOMMODATE. The word is accommodate. It means to make allowance for the needs of others along the way. So if you're not an accommodating personality, so we'll work on that a little bit. I know it's difficult sometimes, but we're working on it. So the word of the day, like yesterday, I went to give Z shirt for school, right? And the lady wasn't there for 50 weeks, over there on college clothes. Went over the other day, she wasn't there. She was doing her business. But she accommodated me because I called her on the phone and she came right over and we got the church taken care of. Now Z can show up for school next week with his kids. Okay, because You have to do this. She said, well, you know, I'm not open right now, but I'll be open in a little while. He said, nope. She came over there, opened up the door so I could get the shirt for the school. And I don't know why they got white shirts, but okay, that's the rule. So anyway, so accommodate means to make allowance for the needs of others. So as you begin this school year, young folks, and old folks too, be accommodating where you can. Be crazy, you know. You can share some of your, you know, your child. You can give them all your child. You know, but you can share. So the word of the day is accommodate. To make allowance for the needs of others. Thank you very much. I think that's pretty good. Now, lessons of life today. Now, this is going to be a tough one, you know, but it is something that we learn as we grow old. As we grow older. You know, coffee is overrated. I don't even know why I drink it. I don't really like it. I think I like a little coffee with my sugar free. Anyway, the word of the day is this, and you really need to understand this one, because it is something that is within all of us to partake in. All of us, me, you, everybody else. So we do find ourselves sometimes at a pity party. You know, there ain't nobody there but us. But we do find ourselves at one. I'm just saying, sometimes be thankful and don't be pity. Don't have a pity party all by yourself. Okay? So now for next day, nobody cares if you sit down on time. You need to get mad at the people. But lessons of life on this day, the 2nd day of August, 2023. And here we go. It is hard. It is a hard truth that with every breath that we take, someone just took their last. So what we need to do is stop complaining about temporary things and be very, very thankful that things are not as bad as they could be. Let me say that one more time. It is a hard truth that with every breath that we take, someone just took their last. Stop complaining about temporary things and be very, very thankful that things are not as bad as they could be. And if you don't think that things could be worse than what they are for you, when you're at your lowest, somebody else is a little lower. I'm just saying, you know, it's a hard truth. One more time. That with every breath we take, someone just took their last. Stop complaining about temporary things and be very, very thankful. Things are not as bad as they could be. And that is the lesson of life for this day, the 2nd day of August 2023. It was also on this day in 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait, seizing control of the oil-rich emirate. The Iraqis were later driven out in Operation Desert Storm. Kudos to the young men and women who participated in that. In 1610, during the 4th voyage of the Western Hemisphere, English explorer Henry Hudson sailed into what is now known as Hudson Bay. Didn't have a name before he got there. 1776, members of the Second Continental Congress began attaching their signatures to the Declaration of Independence. 1876, frontiersman Wild Bill Hickok was shot and killed while playing poker in a saloon in a place called Deadwood, Dakota Territory, by Jack McCall, who was later hanged. 1921, a jury in Chicago acquitted several members of the Chicago White Sox team and 2 others for conspiring to defraud the public in the notorious Black Sox scandal. Opera singer Enrico Caruso, 48, died in Naples, Italy. 1922, Alexander Graham Bell, generally regarded as the inventor of the telephone, died in Nova Scotia, Canada, at the age of 75 in 1922. Here was 1923. The 29th President of the United States, Warren G. Harding, died in San Francisco. Vice President Calvin Coolidge became president. In 1934, German President Paul von Hindenburg died, paving the way for Adolf Hitler's complete takeover.
1939, Albert Einstein signed a letter to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt urging the creation of an atomic weapon research program. President Roosevelt signed the Hatch Act, which prohibited civil service employees from taking an active part in political campaigns. The year was 1974. Former White House counsel John W. Dean III was sentenced to 1 to 4 years in prison for obstruction of justice in the Watergate cover-up. Dean ended up serving 4 months. In 1980, 85 people were killed when a bomb exploded at the train station in Bologna, Italy. I know it's Bologna. Yeah, that's spelled Bologna. 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 Well, you know what I'm saying. 1985, 137 people were killed when a Delta Airlines Flight 191, a Lockheed Lear 1011 TriStar crashed while attempting to land at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. They know a parachute. I'm nervous. Parachute on, just fell out of there. Anyway, in 2000, Republicans awarded Texas Governor George W. Bush their 2000 presidential nomination for the party's convention in Philadelphia and ratified Dick Cheney as his running mate. And it was about 10 years ago, a mystery in 1991, well, not about 10 years, a mystery from the 1991 Gulf War was finally solved as the Pentagon announced that the remains of missing Navy pilot Michael Scott Spiker had been found. Patrona Matthew won the Women's British Open for her first major title, beating Kerry Webb in 3 strokes. I guess that's a goal. And about 5 years ago, Dr. Kent Bradley, the first Ebola victim to be brought to the United States from Africa, was safely escorted into a specialized isolation unit at Emory University in Atlanta, where he recovered from the disease. Arthur Billy Letts, 76, died in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And about 2 years ago, Pope Francis changed Catholic Church teaching on capital punishment, decreed that the death penalty is inadmissible under all circumstances. Apple became the world's first publicly traded company to be valued at $1 trillion. The Trump administration proposed weakening the Obama air mileage thing. Anyway, standards designed to make cars more fuel efficient. And so now we're going to electric cars. And now when we go through Texas, you can find in the charge your car, you're going to slip on the side of the road. And then there's a heat wave coming, and we're using the air conditioners, we're using the car thing, everything, everywhere. So we won't have no air conditioning, no electricity in the house, and no electricity for our car. Okay, I know whoever came up with this electric car thing, that was not the brightest idea ever came up with in the United States. Bad idea. But listen, it happened in Texas 2 years ago. Well, when the planes in the sky, whatever those things they get, when I went home the first time 3 years ago, and I saw all these things coming up from the ground, going around the wind, whatever they call them things, windmills, I think it was. Yeah, when the wind ain't blowing, what you gonna get then? That's right, they didn't get a thing. But it's National CAD Day, and what that means, well, I'm all for it. National Coloring Book Day. So if your kids got some coloring books, just color with them, keep it between the lines, and you'll be all right. National U Day. If your name is U, H-U-G-H, we celebrate you this day. National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. Like ice cream sandwiches, we good. If your name is Jacqueline, well, the day is your day too. Because we are celebrating everybody named Jacqueline. Okay, we're going to give you some props today also. Let's see now. Today is also the Republic Day in North Macedonia. Where that was. Yes, but okay. Regatta Day. I don't know what Regatta Day is, but it's some kind of fun. It's a Canadian day. Okay, those are our neighbors to the north. Okay. Take a penny, leave a penny day. So you got an extra change sometimes, and you're ready to store it. You might want to leave that penny down there, and somebody can get it if they need it. Okay. Now here's what the Virgin of Los Angeles Day. They ain't nothing left in Los Angeles. I'm just thinking. Okay, let's get that one. Buddhist Lent. I don't know what that means, but it's probably got something to do with it. All right, then. We're celebrating that someday. Okay? And those are some of the things that we are actually celebrating. Okay. And it's 6:53 in the morning. Now, here's something that I was wondering. You know, school's gonna start back, right? Everybody knows school's gonna start back. And maybe this is just mine, but I believe in my high school, you had, if you were a senior, you had the option of buying a senior jacket, you know, a blazer, a blazer. And on Fridays, we used to wear the blazer as seniors. So, you know, now I never got my blazer with me in school that fallen back in the day. I finished, but I left. Yeah, that's another story. But I was having all kind of issues at home. But I love the blazer. I love the whole idea. But I didn't get one. But I think it's a good idea. If we ever go do it, I'll buy somebody's blazer. But I believe that we ought to have blazers for our seniors. So on Fridays, that when you walk around that school in your senior blazer, everybody knows that you last year. You can walk into school and see your seniors. You know, and if they're not acting like seniors, we need to point that out too. And I guess and it gives you pride. It can be a compliment, you know. It gives you pride. You know? It's kind of like these football players, some of the people in school, these big jackets because they had accomplished something on the football field, which is good, on the basketball field, whatever it is that they do. So why not give the seniors who made it thus far? Because you know, it used to be being a senior was pretty much the way things go. But now that's a pretty tough accomplishment considering all the obstacles that are there. I get shot at, you know. That's very happy. So I'm calling on the Board of Education to introduce senior blazers to high school. That's right, very lucky. But at least have them available so the senior wants to. The only people walking on school all of that idiot. I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. Idiot is a bad word. They're not the most intellectual people around school. But they sure get a nice jacket, you know, to show that they're proud on the football field. Well, okay, so here's people who made it that far, considering the circumstance we find ourselves in. Let them have a senior jacket. JD, which is something else now. Lee, which is something else now. So, you know, give those folks, give my seniors a chance to be proud of their accomplishment. And trust me, making it to in that environment that I've seen in our public schools is a hell of a challenge. Okay? If they can make it, then give them their own jacket. That way they on Friday, they can walk around with their own jacket. You know, hey, you made it thus far. Okay? That don't mean you can graduate. If you get the jacket, it'll motivate you to graduate. Okay? Did y'all ever see a jacket in this week?
We wore blazers all the time.
There's a reason for that.
It was a uniform.
Right. There's a reason for that because it makes you feel better. Representing the school.
Everyone.
Yeah. Good. Now I read the high school, we did the same thing. Yeah, I done that too. All right, okay. All right, then. Anyway, 56. What's the education institute. Anyway, okay. Somebody said this is liar hour. I don't lie all the time. Every once in a while, I may throw one in there just for just for emphasis. But I don't lie all the time. Just because you don't agree with me, I don't mean I'm a liar. Just because they're trying to kill my former president with violation of the United States Constitution, punishing freedom of speech. I mean, come on. But, you know, that's not the country I serve. So we're going to indict a man because he thought that they stole the race from him. So did I. So did other people. Okay? Man, we may be wrong, but we have a right to say it. So they're going to indict a guy 14 times because he said they stole the race from him. I need some more votes. Think about that for 1 second. Just he didn't do anything. He did not. He has a right to speak his mind. He has a right to speak his mind. This is America. Nothing. Yeah, we get that. It's a shame and a disgrace. And sooner or later, they're going to get you guys for saying what's on your mind. One guy lost his job last week because he called a guy, and he wanted to be called ma'am. So I'm just telling you, it's something is bad is going on in this company, in this country, and we better figure it out real quick, or that war that happened in the 1800s ain't gonna be nothing to what's gonna happen in this country now. The division that they're trying to do. We'll be back. Bye.
Good morning, Ellie.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm kidding. It's a shame and a disgrace. We are indicted the man based on what he said. This is America. I
already said it.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. So what? So every politician, every politician that tries to run for office is trying to get other people to do other things. Everybody tries to do that.
What did he ask Mike Pence?
I don't care what he asked them to do.
Why not?
Because it's freedom of speech. He has a right to ask. Yeah, it is.
He asked Mike Pence.
Did he order or did he ask? Yeah. Okay, well, everybody got a right to ask.
Don't even ask.
This is America. You have a right to free speech.
I have a right to lie.
Yeah, you do. You got a right to lie. As a matter of fact, somebody tried to sue me.
Let me ask you this. Can you lie to the FBI?
You can?
No.
Yes, you can.
If you lie to the FBI, that's wrong.
Maybe so, but you can still do it.
But you say it's your right.
It is your right to
lie to the FBI. They ask you a question. Under oath, they ask you a question.
Well, that's under oath. That's
what you said you have the right.
You do got a right to lie. You got a right to lie.
You have a right to lie?
Yes, I do. If it's an official inquiry,
lying is not a right.
You got a right to freedom of speech.
Lying is freedom of speech. It is. If you are in a position to lie,
we get lied to every day by somebody. We get lied to by politicians every day. Because it's true. Politicians lie to us every day. They run for office. They lie to us. So let's stick to it. The president of the United States is still an American citizen, has a right to inquire, has a right to let his.
Did he go beyond?
No. He didn't force anybody to change anything. He really said, I need more votes. What's wrong with that? He did need more votes. He thought he got to do that too. And he did. He did. For what? Implications. That's not law. No law gets them fined. It's free. Show me the law that says you in a certain position. Everything you say from that point on can be taken as a God's honest truth. You have a right in this country to have freedom of speech. What you do?
Let me ask you this. Going on a local level, what do you think about the we have an election coming up?
We got to see election coming up.
Wait a minute. You know what? The only person I hear from I don't have cases. I don't have antennas. You know, with ION is taking every other commercial on ION is embarrassing. I mean, if you notice that, I don't have cable. What I'm saying is, it's not on cable. It's on antenna TV.
Yes.
You know, antenna TV, you know, like that's local TV. So that keeps going on. It makes sense. I mean, really, because a lot of people have done like me. They've done an antenna or screen. That's because I mean, that's right. I stream everything. I mean, as a matter of fact, I know all the channels. 400 channels.
There are a bunch of channels out there. I know there's at least channel off here. I mean,
no, there are 65.
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
There's 65. What I need cable for? You don't. And I like the old movies anyway.
Yeah, and all of that, everything that is on cable and the old ones on antenna.
Which is what I like. That's how I like.
This
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke. I mean, you get. They have a Star Trek channel.
Yeah, they do. They do.
There's nothing but Star Trek.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know I'm about to go out of Star Trek.
well, I'm not. I mean, it's interesting. Well, you have so many different versions.
But the nice thing about Star Trek is that no matter what year it is, it still looks relevant.
Yeah.
Because they were way beyond their
Ray Bradbury. And there's a lot of social issues.
They did, yeah.
They handled them very well.
One of the great ones I like is the white guy and the black guy. Right?
Yeah, that.
And they had the old Kirk what's her name on?
Yeah,
I think it was the only
Senator Uhura.
Yeah.
It was the first television kiss on it. Good looking woman, too.
Yeah.
In Astros, his left-hander was throwing no-hitter for Houston and the no-hitter in Astros on AT&T Sports. 93 pitches, perfect game. In the fifth inning. Completed a no-hitter it was Justin Verlander on September 1st. Any problem for pounds, employers have cut off insurance coverage. The Wall Street Journal says spending can losses up to $1,350 a lot. Tens of millions of dollars for insurance plans. The University of Texas system has announced lane coverage of the voting and sex in September. CBS News.
Boyd has this vendetta against Audrey.
What's that about?
I don't know.
From someone who went through the first time. This is
Did you sprinkle some sauce and cream maybe?
Well, if the person has been in the position in politics, matter of fact, most of the people don't even know what they say a lot of things that have nothing to do.
But that's because the people,
they make promises.
Right.
Well, the lie starts
that they
during
say
campaign.
Right, during campaign.
In other words, you have people who are campaigning.
I'm gonna get rid of them. Okay.
You can't do it. Why are you even saying that?
Even they don't know.
Yeah, I even heard guy that's running. He can do something about crime. You can't do anything about crime. It's not relevant. It's a social evil. That will be with us till the end of time. There is no government program that will do it. Decrease or stop.
Yeah, sometimes the government program is crime. And we're back. Good morning. Hope this day finds everybody well. Hope this day finds you. It's not going to be as hot today as it has been. You know, about making everything in America work on electricity. Yeah, my electrician went out yesterday for a couple seconds, right in the middle of Star Trek. Okay. And I still don't know what happened to Captain Kirk. We made it back tonight. And that's okay. I'll find out later on. 860-1440. It's a Wednesday morning. You know who's here with me on Wednesday? Donald Jenkins. Donald Jenkins. See, you and I almost at the same level. DeVille. Although DeVille, when I looked it up, means police. Which name? Yeah, the brothers didn't know. About what, I like. No, actually, today, yeah, actually, kind of put that little thing up at the top of the heat, and maybe today, yeah, that's yeah, I'm proud of it. Okay. Okay. Anyway, what's been going on since the last time you've been here? Oh, well, hello, John. That's politically correct. So you're gonna call these people who are out there making a living, you're gonna call them. I mean, so you're gonna make the pirate look bad. No, pirate is connotation on robbing people, things of that nature. I'm just saying. Oh, now you're gonna fix the book. It's just your. No, that's your word. You look at things in a negative way. No, that's what we are today. It's like watching the Redskins, they change their name. Right. Okay, that doesn't give a bull a bad name. No, but the bull ain't playing. But the Indians, the Washington Redskins, where they changed their name. Yeah, you got to change so many names, but people don't like, well, man, how do we go from me? Because I'm getting to saying hello to pirates to you getting into because I'm getting like the left wing radicals now. Everything has a connotation of negativity, almost everything. But anyway, yeah, it's a hybrid weapon. What's the farthest one live? I didn't measure. Washington State, you think it was actually going but if you came from Seattle, then I know it meant a lot too. Because coming from Alabama, that's a good ride. It doesn't matter to somebody. I mean, most of the people think. Yeah, and then like men, they paid $150 extra a month to do that. Everybody else did. Everybody don't have a phone next to it. Yeah, I ain't never done that. That's right. I understand. Somebody say, why don't you buy a perfectly good airplane? It's perfectly good until it's not. But anyway, so let's talk about local politics. What's really going on now? Actually, all I hear is, as I was saying off air, I only see one commercial. I have. 20 times. I'm looking at those. Other commercial issues, we couldn't apply it. Mayor, if anyone thinks that can happen, you're stupid. Because the mayor of council has no control of the houses, the mayor can't stop it. You can't prevent it, you can't reduce it, and then you say, well, put more police. It doesn't matter. I remember when John Fort was trying to right across the good behind you study, look, the police walked and they were crime there. I'm not saying everything, all my but every father was mayor of the city of Montgomery. Did we have it didn't seem to I don't even like the did not stop. There was nothing in it. The only difference between Emory Farmer, let me say this. The only difference
not on the news. In other words, there were people killed, and I knew they were killed, and it never got on WSFA or the Montgomery Advertiser. Okay, we knew it because we knew what a neighborhood it happened in. Okay, the only difference now in this information age is we hear more about the same things that were going on, and it is no more proportion than it was when I was a child. There
Why
were
does it
certain
feel like it to me?
because you
I
look
got
at
it.
too much of the junk news. That's why. In other words, you know what? I don't look at that junk when it comes up. If you're on the internet and what appears on your streaming on the internet is violence, 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 that's what you will see. I don't see that because I don't.
But that doesn't mean it don't happen.
Yeah, but mean it's happening. But look, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, did it make a sound?
I don't know.
No, it didn't.
I know.
So it, because that's the way that's scientific. But then what my whole point is, if I don't hear,
doesn't mean it didn't happen.
If I don't hear it, it's not a part of my life. It's not a part of my thinking.
Okay.
It's not a part of what my
Well,
attitude about
well,
life.
well, let me ask you a question.
You hear too much of the negative.
If we live by that philosophy that no matter who's in the White House, no matter who's in the mayor's office, who's in the county commission office, if it doesn't make a difference about the environment we live in, it's somewhat tough at the moment. If criminology, if those people can't do anything about it, then why do we have them? Well, it has many purposes.
It has only one purpose.
To look out after the affairs of men.
Legislation.
But again, look out after the affairs. Look out after the affairs of the city.
No.
The ordinances that they come away
They don't
from.
look at. They merely introduce the ordinance.
Okay.
And it is the administration
Job,
ability
right.
to
Day-to-day operation.
Day-to-day operation.
Right.
That's their job.
But without,
In other words, one of the most, and this is where it is a problem. The biggest problem in Montgomery now, to me, is trash. There are limbs all over this. Well,
we had a couple of storms. I mean, they've been down there.
how long ago was it?
Yeah, but people cut
How
down.
long ago was that?
I mean, people
A
though
month ago.
are cutting down trees and put them on the side of the road that had nothing to do with the storm.
Here's what I'm saying. There is a truck that fixes those up. Where are those? There is a day.
And some of them broke down.
Why are they broken? See, this is my whole point. Yeah. We're talking about a simple thing. You don't get excuses. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying this is a problem. There are limbs that have been on my street for 2 months. Not 1, 2. 2 months. Okay. But limbs, and it used to be a time that there was a truck with a boom on it. They picked them up.
That's right.
I have not.
I think it's
seen
broke
that.
down.
Wow.
Now, I have been told, this is what I've been told. I'm not blaming anybody. I do not know it's above our pay grade that our fleet management services are not as good as they could be.
Wow.
That's
This is what we're talking about. This is the function of government. The function of government is to put people in the position to do those basic things like trash pickup. I'm not talking about stopping crime. You can't stop. The government cannot stop Billy Joe Bob from shooting John Deere, okay? Or whatever the name is. What we're talking about is the duty and responsibility of the city of Montgomery. Trash pickup is one of them.
Right.
There is every week or every month we get a water bill, right? Along with that water bill, it says garbage, right? So you have garbage and you have water. When you go and turn the tap, you want that water to be on, right?
Right.
If that water is not on, you have a problem.
Yeah, when you think it.
Well, it doesn't. I don't know if it's drinkable. But I'm saying we have the water, the use of the water. You expect it to.
I expect it to come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you are paying
Paying
for
for
a
it,
service.
all right.
So the service of garbage, I expect, hey, if I don't pay my water bill, they will turn my water off.
Again, it is my understanding that our fleet services are not exactly up to snuff. I don't know. That's what some people stopped me on the street and told me. I don't know if that's true or not. Good morning on air. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I guess they're not there. Okay. Anyway, that's what has been
Yeah, so
told
what
to
I'm
me.
saying, that is simple, and that's what government is responsible for. Right now, all I want to do is people telling us, what exactly are you going to do to prevent this from happening again? I'm not talking about crime. We're talking about something that is preventable. If it's a maintenance crew, what do we need to do in case we know this is a problem now? How do we keep it from being a problem in the future? I don't want to hear about crime and all of those other things. It's just the basic.
All right. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a rumor, but I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, I don't know that to be factual, so I wouldn't say that. What I know factually is the garbage is not being picked up. Now, what we need is an explanation from whomever is in the position of how we can prevent this from happening. I don't want to hear about that rumor of who's a Republican or a Democrat. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what plan of action do you have in place to make sure this doesn't happen?
Are you there? Okay. Yes, not. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Mm-hmm. Now, is that, well, okay, is that going down Arrowhead Drive, coming up Atlanta Highway, going down Arrowhead Drive? Is it, well, somebody's got to be responsible for putting it there.
Let me ask you this. Are you a member of the Arrowhead Neighborhood Association? Okay, but my question is, I think the question should be to the Neighborhood Association of Arrowhead, which is very a prominent association, who decided to do that. And I think if you talk to the Neighborhood Association, I'm pretty sure they may be aware of that. Have you talked to anyone who is a member of the Neighborhood Association, and what did they say? So in other words, they requested it to stop the feeding, and now you have a problem with emergency vehicles. So, yeah. Right. So the speeding, so now they don't have the speeding, but now it's hard to speed up.
Well, how is it that you can't get around it? I mean,
Yeah, that's, how is it designed?
how they just go over it? I'm going to come and look at that in there.
I think actually, I think that's one that the neighborhood association needs to be on that. And if they ask for a solution to the problem, then the solution to the problem, I think that they can rectify it. I think if you get together with
Well,
them,
listen, I will use my extensive resources and find out the answer. That's right. If you want to know something, you just go. Good morning, who's this? Yes, Ed. One time. All right there, Mr. Ed. Appreciate your call. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. All right, appreciate it. I would think that the mayor would have the right to get rid of any department here he wants to. I would think so.
well, I'm not, when you get into these allegations.
Well, hold that thought.
I don't get it.
Look at that. Right. I'm just, but I mean, forget who it is. Doesn't the mayor have the, everybody works for the city. If you work for the city, whoever the mayor is has a right to.
We're not talking about what they. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's all I. I'm not meeting one or
yeah.
Character. That's a difference. What can be done?
860-1440 is our number here. Politics 101. We'll be back. You work for the city.
In other words,
you have the right to get rid of people.
Forget that call. Let's talk about what's happening. There is the sanitation department. It has a department head. Okay. What the relationship is with the mayor and the sanitation department, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I can't say Now, the mayor would have to address that.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that this person is doing anything that I don't know. I'm saying there is a problem. The problem is the trash is not getting.
But they say they don't have enough people to sign
Now,
for the job.
one of the things that has happened is I remember there was a maintenance crew that was there that was very, very productive. I know that's not there now. But, and a part of that is attrition. You have people who retire. But how do you put people back in place? Or can you get those people to help some people along the way? That's what I'm saying. There's a reason, and I know partially what the reason is. There's not enough experienced people in the positions down there that would handle these things, the day-to-day. We're talking day-to-day operation. It's like if you're on a aircraft carrier, you have a maintenance crew for the aircraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to worry about it because they know what they're going to do. And you always have experienced people there. You may have new people coming in, but there's always experienced people to teach the people without experience. That's all we need is the same thing. We're just like an aircraft carrier. There are certain things that are going to happen every day. A plane is going to leave off from an aircraft and come back on it every day. And that happens, and it's routine, isn't it? It's very rare you hear about a crash. It happens sometimes, but very rare, right? That's because those planes have to be top notch at all times. So that it can take off at enough speed to get off that aircraft, and it has to have the brakes to stop when it get on there. And the people that handle the rope, everybody know their job, but everyone is experienced. I used a military analysis there. I think anyone can relate to that. And that's the same thing we need to have in sanitation. We need experienced people handling their day-to-day job, and as basically the person at the top just assigns people. Now, if you have a person who's not following the duties, you need to find out why, if that is the case. And then you make adjustments. It's not politics. Policy and procedure. That's as a military man, right? It's not politics.
But I would assume that you can't really take politics out of politics.
Well, my thing is, how did every other mayor handle this situation? I mean, this is the worst this has been now, Kevin. They'll say that we had storms a long time ago.
Yeah.
That we've had hurricanes, and the trash was picked up a lot faster than this. The worst hurricane to ever come through here, it didn't take this long to get everything up. You get what I'm saying? There were adjustments that had to be made, and everyone made those adjustments. And it was all over the city. I mean, you had houses that were torn
But
down.
they also had, I would assume that everybody needed a job back then, and they had, people came to work. Now we got people. Now we got
why?
I mean, like the Department of Department of which board was I on? The one, the Parks and Recreation. They got a lot of people. They don't have that. They're just not there. People ain't putting in for the job.
Why?
That's the question. That's a $2,000 question. I don't know. I mean,
then again, Parks and Rec has so many properties that
that's
they
true.
maintain.
That's true. They do.
It's very large.
More than they ought to have.
Yeah.
Well,
but they've been, look, after every game, you know what? You could have 2 games at Crampton Bowl, and after every game, it was cleaned up. You have a game that morning, and then that evening, you'd have another game. But it looked just fresh. That's because whoever was in charge of that didn't care.
I mean, it's leadership.
Yeah, it's leadership. It takes people who's ever in
But
charge.
you got to have somebody to lead first. If
There
you don't
you
have
go.
enough people, what kind of lead?
And why? In other words,
Maybe they ain't paying enough. I don't know. Because you can't live on 1970 salary today. They just don't pay them enough. I don't know.
This afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
You know, it used to be a time where you had sanitation guys that would come up and you kind of knew them because it'd be the same guys on the group. You don't have that now. Every time you look on the truck, it's a different one.
You have a woman that's before. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see where that goes. All righty then, we're back. It is 7:32 in the morning, right here on News Radio 1440. Talking about politics I haven't heard any polls lately, so yeah, I don't know what's going on out there. Trying to find some of the local candidates that are running for city council. You know, trying to get them up here, but they don't seem to want to run up there. I don't know why. I've been the smartest guy on radio. But that's gotta be easy on them. I'll ask them, what they have for breakfast, what they have for lunch, and things of that nature. Maybe they'll tell me. Let me see here now. Good morning on there. Yeah. Yeah. Now, what part of town? What part of town is that? No, they didn't forget Vaughn Road, did they? That, well, yeah. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I don't normally keep my promises when I say these things. I just say this before. But on this one, I'm going to keep my promise. When I get off work today, I'm going down to the San Jose to see if I can invite. I've got his name on the air so he can answer some of these questions. Obviously, I don't know what they got nine. They got nine. Then again, I'm Kevin Elkins, so they're gonna get nine. Yeah. Bring it down. Okay. No problem. Anyway, so let me find out. Let's see if I can. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people complaining about it now. So they're obviously there, and I'm here for people I've never heard from. So there obviously is something going on. I don't have right. Barber Street. What's the difference? What's the difference? There's a difference. Okay. All right, Mr. Mayor. Okay, well, I will, Vaughn Road, can you give me any indication what part of Vaughn Road? Okay, okay. Oh, okay, by the church, by my former church over there. Vaughn Park. Okay, well, okay, all right. Okay, okay then, all right. Thank you, ma'am, I appreciate it. I will, do some inquisitions about it. Nothing like that all the power. Yeah, but I'll be there. I remember that. Good morning on there. Pretty good. Good, dig it. Okay, well, okay. I mean, those who sit in the big seat got to handle got to handle the things that come with the seat. Good morning. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hmm.
Let me answer your question, caller. What do you think the mayor can do to stop murder? Let me ask you, let's be realistic. Do you think that anyone who's shooting will say, well, the mayor said put down the guns? Do you think they'll put them down? The yes or no? Do you think they will put their guns down because the mayor said on the TV, put them down?
Now, I will admit, okay, one day, and this is true, I hate to admit this, one day I eat my Popeyes, and, and I started to throw the bag outside, right? Then I remembered, I said, okay, show some class, pick up your trash. And I pulled it back in and put it in the trash can. So I do believe, since I was on the Clean City Commission,
but did he stop any crime? He was there after the fact with his 45 on his side. Did it stop the crime that happened? Yes or no? Did it stop the crime that happened? Did Emory Farmer stop any crime personally? All right then. So I expect no more from this mayor than you expected from Emory Farmer. He can't stop crime. Well. So what did he do that made it worse? Leading who? In other words, I ask you, what can he do to stop crime? But you can't tell me what he can do to stop crime. So how can you get mad with him? Well, but I will, speaking out doesn't stop it.
But now, yeah. Well, now, McCoy is from a symbolic standpoint, is right about something. It's kind of like kids. Kids would do things looking at you to see whether or not you approve of what they're doing. If you don't say nothing, they keep on doing it, and they keep on doing it, and so maybe he can't stop.
So where he can say it? What you think they're going to listen to the mayor on the TV? What would they listen to? They're listening to rap music.
Maybe somebody will.
No.
Maybe he can get some. Maybe he can get some rap.
This is where we will have to be. It is called personal responsibility.
I would agree.
I'm surprised you sound like a Democrat.
Oh Lord. Stop that one quick. Yeah,
both of you sound like Democrats. You expect the government to stop everything.
But if people in these positions have no influence, then why are they there? If they have no influence, why are they there?
They're there for government.
Oh, for government. For government.
They're there, and if you're talking now, if you were talking about picking up the trash, now we're talking about something that's within the mayor's purview.
Okay.
How do we get the trash picked up? Who said that?
Yeah.
He's an administrator of the city for sanitation. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're not blaming the mayor for that. I wouldn't blame the mayor for that. No. But I do believe you can take that position though, and still make it known that you're displeased with the violence is going on. And he's not going here advocating violence. I think he's doing a decent job, but again, sometimes seeing the people that lead you on TV, on the newspapers, or talking about it will affect somebody.
Let me ask you this: do you think the governor can stop any crime?
I think influence. If they have no influence,
the governor doesn't say anything about that.
Because, well, again, I don't know. They ain't doing criminality in her neighborhood yet. But it's in the state. Yeah. Again, but she don't have to. She got to communicate with people. To do it.
And the mayor has the police department.
Yeah. And again, though, listen, I agree with you, but if the money we pay for Christian in this city, in any city, though, if people telling me you do not have the influence to be listening to, then we got the wrong people in office. If I was the mayor right now and I said, let's stop some of this, stop some of this.
And you're taking it to another level.
Yeah.
It's about picking up the crap.
That's one thing. But if you allow one to go, then everything else follows it.
I was on.
We'll be back. But if you have no influence, why should you be the leader of the city? That's any city. anybody. If you have no influence. I expect him to get out there. I expect him to get out there.
I never heard anyone's blame shooting on Bobby Bright.
Bobby Bright told us to get a gun.
They didn't blame him on him.
No, but he told us how to
Get a gun.
He told us how to protect ourselves.
Get a gun.
They shoot
But
hard.
did they blame him for it?
No, they shoot hard.
So he killed it real quick. Get a gun. Election year.
Huh?
Election year. Everyone's they're not doing a thing. Everybody complaining they're not doing. What is the job? Look out to see of the city of Montgomery. Job is to be the CEO. And he is our liaison between the government, federal, and state. I don't hear anybody complaining that the government has made a promise to the city of Montgomery when we had white mayor, and then when we get a black mayor, you take $20 million just like that. $20 million that the state had promised. Then we get a black mayor, and you didn't give a reason.
They didn't take the money. That's true.
Is that the mayor's fault? No. But no one's blaming the governor for that. Like what?
Yeah.
They had committed. They committed through a white mayor to do that, right? Started talking about it when we had one mayor, and another mayor came in, and then started getting into fruition, and then when we get this mayor in, now they complain. Okay, wait a minute, $20 million went away, and no one said why. And the state is in a surplus.
That they are.
Okay.
$8 billion education, but $8.8 billion education.
The state is in a surplus, but you take $20 million away from a city that you promised you were going to put there, and didn't say why.
I love you. Now,
Well, William Green kept his mouth closed. You're in a non-political position, apolitical position. No matter whether you're your mouth closed. That's his fault. If your mouth closed, talking about Donald Trump, represents that. You ain't get mad.
hey, Donald Trump, look back folks.
You're right.
I don't care what y'all say.
There you go. You're right.
Okay, we're back. It's time to continue the conversation. It's political. It's political time, and you can't take politics out of politics. Who's to blame? I don't know. Maybe nobody. Maybe everybody. Who knows? But I do know one that the trash thing is a big deal now. I never really heard this much complaining about trash. But I've been because it was a problem. And the problem is it's been thought out. Nothing to that gives father just like we're talking. I'm not blaming. I don't know who's to blame. I know there is a problem. So that we have a problem. The first thing we need is discuss the problem. And this is a good time to do it. Because if you want a lot of votes and a lot of people, do the simplest of things that can be done. Come on, who's this? Hello. Good morning, you're there. Oh. Fine, how are you this morning? Oh, I don't want to know. I'll ask you, what do you think the mayor of can do to stop Joe from shooting? What can the mayor do? What can you say?
What, when you say awareness, what does that mean? Awareness to it. What does that mean? No, it doesn't. Let me ask you this. What did Bobby Bright do?
He told us to buy a gun. That's right.
In other words, Bobby Bright basically told you, look, I can't stop it. If you don't like it, get a gun.
But it did give me comfort.
Okay. So I take it the same way. What this mayor needs to do is tell you the same thing, Bobby Bright. Get a gun. If you're that afraid. Which was really nothing. Basically what he said, there's nothing I can do. It's in the citizens' hands. That's what he said, basically. What can he do? That's what my problem is. What can he do?
But he can tell us about another gun.
You're aware of it, right? You know there's a problem, right? Awareness is being aware. You're woke. You know it's there. Okay. So what difference does it make?
I will tell you, but I agree. I will agree with the caller to this extent. Mm-hmm. If you're my leader, okay,
he's not a leader. He's a representative.
we look at that
That's
as a
the
leader.
You know what? Here's the problem, and he's not the leader.
He is a leader.
Did
of
anyone
the
white
government.
say that Bobby Bright was the leader of white people?
Oh, in leadership position.
Did he lead this city? No.
Yes.
He was a CEO.
A CEO is a leader.
He is the administrator of the corporation.
He is a leader.
He's not a leader. He's an administrator,
Okay,
and that's
listen.
where you have it wrong.
Okay.
Your city council person is not a leader.
If the
They're
mayor,
your representative.
does the police department work under the mayor?
Right.
He leads the police department.
He is the administrator.
Okay. Well, you can say what you want to say. I'm at, but again, here's the thing: if you are in a position over me and you give up, then I'm gonna give up. So you have to get leadership is responsible.
Here's what we have. We have
being
unrealistic expectations. That's
No, I
what
don't
I'm
think
hearing.
that. No, you got
That's
a police. You got a police department that you can stand. I don't care if you got to go out there beat them with a phone book, but would you do what you got to do to get this city squared away? And Emmy Farm used to say, "I'll stand behind my police officers."
Look, there's shootings in Selma. There are shootings in Montgomery.
I don't care about Selma.
Well,
yeah,
all of it is the same. All of it is the same.
Okay.
There's shootings in Atlanta. There's shootings in Birmingham.
Well, we don't live in those cities. We live here. Yeah, we live there. Yeah, we don't live there.
But if all of those cities have the same problem.
I mean, culturally, we got the same issues.
Okay. So
yeah,
who's doing the shooting?
You know who's doing it.
So you have the same group of people.
Okay, you know who's doing it.
In Montgomery and Selma and Birmingham.
Let me we're not willing that. Listen, let me take another call, but I appreciate your call there. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
Good morning.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me take one more call. We're gonna call this hour in the books. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. I'm glad you got my name right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, listen, you probably got Nick. You get a chance next hour because I don't give you the whole thing. I got to run half an hour. But, yeah. But we shall return. Uno momento. Everybody got a problem. Here we go. You said that backwards. I know.
Everybody got a problem.
No,
Nobody got an answer.
I know. But I just thought I'd say it backwards.
Okay. Oh, okay. You intentionally did.
Yeah.
You misspoke intentionally.
Yeah.
Okay. But everybody know the problem, but nobody know the answer.
Hey, John.
Hey.
You hear any shooting in your neighborhood? Are you kidding me? Really? Do you hear it? I do hear it. But that ain't Billy Bob.
to the mayor about it right now.
But that ain't Billy Bob's doing shooting. His brother over
I'm
there.
not profiling. Hey, you want to get his opponent on?
I got his number.
He's sitting in the league next week.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll sit him down. Let me go to the white folk for a while.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Cumulus Media Station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A day after his historic indictment, there's a big question about former President Trump's next move. Correspondent Cammie McCormick has our top story. Will Donald Trump appear in court Thursday?
That's really up to the Secret Service and the United States Marshal Service. He's required to appear either virtually or in person on Thursday, and he'll do that.
One of his attorneys, John Lauro, on CBS Morning says Trump is determined to defend himself and may seek a change of venue from Washington, D.C.
There's other options. I mean, there's certainly West Virginia, which is close by.
Lauro says it's the first time political speech has been criminalized, and prosecutors will have to prove Trump had criminal intent. The indictment, unsealed last night, alleges Mr. Trump had 6 co-conspirators. None has been named. None's been charged. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
This may be just a little push toward any of the 6 to say, okay, I didn't name you. Here's your chance. Come on down.
Trump campaign is comparing the Justice Department to Nazi Germany. Fitch has downgraded the nation's credit rating from a stellar AAA to a AA+. The agency blames persistent political infighting over federal spending that pushed the country to the brink of default a few months back. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Economists say it's a little bit strange to see the downgrading of the U.S. credit rating at a time when the economy may be close to pulling off a soft landing. Fitch argues that there's been a, quote, erosion of governance because of the, quote, repeated debt limit political standoffs and last-minute resolutions.
Utah's new law requiring pornography websites to verify users' ages will remain in place. A judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed by a group representing the adult entertainment industry. The Free Speech Coalition says the law infringes on privacy and free speech rights, and it will appeal. Lots of people threw money down on last night's $1.1 billion Mega Millions jackpot.
These are the winning tickets. I don't know why they're still in line, but, it's always hopeful thinking, you know what I mean?
It didn't pan out for that man in L.A. or for anyone else. There was no winner. So Friday's jackpot jumped.
Oh, hey,
I know you get a check.
Are you going to the
Research shows
bathroom?
more Americans in their
I
40s
just
and
went.
50s
Oh,
report
okay.
to
You
church
got the
anymore.
electric back in?
And it's not that they don't
Usually
believe.
left it.
The door.
CBS
Door's open?
News
Gen Xers are busy
I
raising
left
kids,
it
working
so it would be
demanding
okay,
jobs,
okay,
and
okay.
caring for aging parents. Many got out of the habit of going to church or religious services during the pandemic and haven't.
I've been to this rodeo before.
S&P futures are
Yeah, but they got a new system out there.
online. This is CBS
What
News.
is it's a new,
Hire with minimal
it's a
effort
new,
and max speed with
it's a-
Indeed.
but if you leave the
High
door
resolution
halfway cracked,
platform
then it
helps
should
you
be good.
attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
You don't have to live in Britain to get what the New York Times calls the best of British telly.
Everybody got
Stream the UK's most brilliant series
Everybody
only in
got a
Netflix.
piece.
Unlock
Oh, yeah.
acclaimed favourites
Other than that,
including
got a
Vera
pain
and
in the back
Stonehouse,
and
Stories and
factor
Sessions
and
of Human Tragedy,
Plus, don't miss upcoming
Well, I like to
original
say
dramas like
they're
Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest
point of
leading
view.
man, Cary Grant. Lose yourself in
based on the
Best
information you
entertainment,
have
only on BritBox. Start a free trial at BritBox.com.
and the way you process that information.
Viking, providing
Two
all
people can hear
inclusive
the same
voyages
thing,
on rivers, oceans,
but hear two
and
different
lakes around the
things.
world.
And they heard the same
Designed for
thing.
curious travelers.
It's true. You can look at the same thing and see totally different perspective of it.
Yeah.
Viking chairman Torsten Hagen often says,
How we
Viking
process
offers
the information, so it's the background.
experiences you can't get personal, with no children and no casinos on
Like
board.
the guy
Learn more
talked about
at
being
Viking.com.
mistreated
That's
by black people because it was dark,
Viking.com.
you know.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't hear that till I was an adult.
NASA's trying to figure out what to do next.
I never
to
heard
get
that
control
till I
of the
was
lost
an adult.
Voyager
I went
2
through it.
spacecraft.
And I
Contact was lost when the spacecraft.
That's really
antenna
weird.
was
You know, my
accidentally
grandmother
directed
had a
away
cousin
when flight controllers
who looked like a
signaled
twin.
from command.
One was light and one was
Engineers
dark.
from
It was her
Australia
cousin.
located the craft's heartbeat signal, no ability to lock onto that
And
signal when they
it didn't
were
make a
from the
difference.
Canberra Deep Space Communication
They just
Complex.
look, one was dark and one was light.
Yeah.
Is still there, still
You can have
The
twins,
recovery plans are
but one
being
can be black
discussed,
and one
but
can be
we may
white.
not know
Yeah.
anymore
With
until
DNA,
next
you know,
week.
they have
Scott Maynard,
a lot of
for
it.
CBS
They show
News,
that from
Canberra,
time to time.
Australia.
You
A
have,
Vermont man's been charged in the death of actor
those,
Treat Williams.
fraternal twins
35-year-old Ryan Koss
from
has
a
been cited on
mulatto
a charge
couple.
of driving.
They can have the
posted
DNA of both
negligent
couples.
operation with death. The Everwood actor was riding a motorcycle in Dorset when police say Koss turned into his path and cut him off.
No, those little
Williams
girls ought
was
to be
thrown
teenagers
from
now.
his bike.
You ever see that?
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS
Well,
News.
These twins, well, their parents were mulattoes, you know. Both of them had a black and white father. And then they had twins. They looked alike, but one was black and one was white.
You know I love my lady. I love to have my fun.
That's right.
Now, I'll tell you what would be a good experience for you. I would pay for it to give you a tour of the campus of Morehouse College. You would see something you have never seen before in your life. You won't see any pants sagging. You won't see any baseball caps turn around backwards. And every young man you come across, you say, yes, sir, no, sir. Every one of them.
Yeah, I see the only way I see that now is with my child.
Hmm.
Only way I see that now is with my child. But I ran across some young folks yesterday. It just goes about training and who you grow up
Yeah.
with. I've met a lot of young black males in this city, really, really top-notch class young men. So we got some. They just don't make the paper.
Right, that's it. But I'm saying to see an entire college like that.
Yeah, that would be
of
unusual.
all men. That's what's very rare. And that's what makes Morehouse so rare. There's no other college like that in the world. Graduates more black men.
Where men are expected to be men.
There you go. Where no man can do it better.
Right.
Living for wood. Do you still say that?
Yeah. Because it's still true every day.
But you know what? And since you say that every day, it would be very good if you ever saw the actual Benny Award.
It's a Benny Award.
That's what the award that they give every year
Oh, okay.
to individuals.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And it always makes the paper of the celebrities who do that giving. Because you know the last one I went to was a guy that was a billionaire.
Mhm.
And the following year, he paid for the tuition of all the graduating students who didn't already have it paid. A billionaire. It's very impressive to see that. It's called The Candle in the Dark. Oprah Winfrey sponsored 100 guys the year that she was there. What was that? One year I was there. Bill Cosby sponsored, I think it was 100. Ray Charles gave 25 million to the medical school that year.
You don't have anything about that. You don't think that the going after Donald Trump, the way the whole legal system is, you don't find a problem with that.
Kevin, I think here you go. It's from your perspective on what the information that you have you feel that Donald Trump is being persecuted because
Absolutely.
he is a populist, but he is being prosecuted because of what, in other words, do you think, here's what Donald Trump said about Hillary Clinton: lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. Okay, you have no problem.
And she
Okay,
did
what did she
something
do?
illegal. She took
Okay,
a
hold-
server and
Right.
went
And what
into
it was.
her house.
And watch this. Here it is. After 3 years of investigation and 8 hours of personal testimony, what they found, here's what she had. Hold on. Here's what I'm saying. Republicans and Democrats asked her. Okay, but she was there for them to ask the question. She had 54 mentions.
She also scrubbed a server. She also scrubbed the server free of all information so it couldn't be tracked.
Hold
back.
on.
I'm
saying,
okay.
the actual, that's what you heard Donald Trump.
No, that's it. You have your prejudices. I
No.
got my.
The thing is,
They are,
did she have any information on that server?
I can hear you.
Okay.
We'll get back on that conversation another time. 860-1440. I'm here. I'm Kevin Elkins, and along with me is Donald, not Donald. What his name is Donald. I'm thinking about Donald Trump. Donald Jenkins. I got to get the rest of the bridge. The girls and the girls and the boys and the sweet to you. Oh yeah, 1972. Yeah, what was I doing in 72? Not much. Not much at all in 72. How old was I? I was born in 57, 67, 68, 73. I did something back in the day. Not much. From local politics, we are in the midst of an election. We are trying to pass it out or ferret out the truth, the almost truth, and the thing right out lies. Instead of going on in our city. Let me go this guy right here. Good morning on air. Good morning. Hi, how are you? How are you? Good morning to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hold it. Let me get this right. You're saying that the chairman of the water board has said that he is not going to release funds to help the plight of folks in District 4? Now, I haven't, who is the chairman of the water board? I know there was Hannah, but is he still down there? I don't know if he's still the guy in charge of that now. Well, I'll find out when I get off. Okay, because I can't understand why people who would knowingly do that, is that a rumor or do you know that for an absolute fact? Okay, I only got so much, but let me ask you a question. Are you telling me that in your mind that a person's color makes a difference in their philosophy? But Pruitt seems to be a pretty amenable to black issues. Pruitt seems to be very amenable to issues that affect black folks too. So do we have to put a black person in there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're telling me, okay, right, but you're telling me then you don't believe one white city council person has the integrity to look at an issue based on the issue and not the occupant's color. But that's what you okay. All right, all right. Okay. I gotta run. Appreciate you, Mr. Man. Good to hear from you. Let me take one more call before I take my first break. Good morning on there. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I gave him a sufficient time, but I don't know what voice I'm.
I have no idea, sir. I heard the same thing you did. He said boards. That's very general.
I haven't heard of that. Well, I don't care. I don't care who he hired, as long as they're capable of doing the job. I mean, I don't know who his uncle is. I don't know who his uncle is. Yeah. Yeah. What law do you think he's not enforcing? Mm. No, I mean, I that's actually and when you make a statement like that, I just like to know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that issue with the people in the Forerunner has been around for a while. I know they've been around since. Well, again, though, Mayor Strange had to deal with that. Mhm. Again, I didn't say that. This issue about the four-wheelers has been around. Listen, I just judge people by what they do. I don't care about their color. Yeah, I mean, Todd dealt with it. I think Bright dealt with it. Who said that? Okay, right on. I'm giving you a high five. Gotta take a break. We'll be back right after this. Although he is right about them four-wheelers. He is right, but you can't have all the police out there working on four-wheelers. I mean, this. But you need to start. If you start taking them four-wheelers from people, impounding them for doing what they ain't supposed to be doing with them, that'll change some people's mind.
Well, I've heard different versions of that, but mainly what the bottom line is, if you chase them, and one of them.
Well, that was a problem. Yeah, because it happened one time. That's true. They happened.
And see, it's more dangerous
to chase them
stop
than
them than it is.
Yeah. But you got to do something.
Well, that's one of those things where you throw your hands up in the air. Damned if you do, and damned if you don't.
You don't worry about the damned if you don't. If what they say, but I would just do it. You need to impound those things.
Something.
But
something needs to happen. I agree on that.
Now, here's the morning Sean Hannity update.
December 2015, Zolochevsky, owner of Burisma, other executives, constant pressure on Hunter Biden to help get D.C. to fire this prosecutor. Son of a bee, they did it. They step away, they make the call, Dad fulfills his part. What do you call that? The Biden bribery scandal allegation that the President of the United States took actions as Vice President that enriched his personal family. What, but you care more about documents down in Mar-a-Lago? You care more about, a guy that said many of you will peacefully, patriotically march to the Capitol so your voices will be heard? You care more about a phone call that talked about hundreds of thousands of votes that he felt were fraudulent in Georgia? By the way, you're allowed to believe that.
Join Sean later today, right here on the Sean Hannity Show.
Listen, the economy is not going back to how it was before.
Remember how quickly it all went bad? First, it was inflation.
Just listening to
Then
Hannity.
their housing market.
Oh.
Banks started crashing. And now,
And America scares me right now. I don't care what they think about Donald Trump. They have persecuted that man like he was Jesus Christ. Everybody going against him. I mean, this is crazy. The whole Justice Department. This is
So
crazy.
you have no problem with speculation?
How do you ask the mayor a question? You can go on a 10-minute answer.
Well, he like a preacher sometimes.
No, man, whoa, I got a lot of questions to ask him.
He like a preacher sometimes. You know, once the sermon gets started, it's kind of hard for him to
So Kevin, you think it's perfectly all right to have the scheme that they have?
It's all right to be inquisitive.
And that he put Mike Pence in harm's way by saying Mike Pence has let us down. Did Mike Pence let him down?
But that's I think
Mike Pence did what the Constitution said.
Okay, but
Yes or no?
well, that's his opinion.
No.
That's his opinion.
He can't go by his opinion.
Yes, he can.
He's vice president. He has to go by
No.
the
I'm
Constitution.
talking about that was Trump's opinion.
But
Mike Pence let him down.
Your opinion doesn't matter when you place your vice president in danger because of your opinion.
Wait a minute.
And you're saying that the Constitution is wrong.
Wait a minute. They put soldiers in dangers all the time for a political reason.
Look,
so don't give me that crap.
No, Kevin,
it goes to job.
Kevin, let's deal with this.
Yeah.
Vice President of the United States said, look, I'm not doing it. What was Trump answer? You too honest.
Again,
well, that's his opinion.
Again,
his opinion was Mike Pence.
He has
he's
a
too
right
honest.
to that opinion.
So if I say you too honest, I mean you're not doing something dishonest that I want you to do.
But you can say what you want to say in this
But
country.
Is that right?
Right's got nothing to do with
Yes,
it.
it does.
No, the right is your
Is that legal?
Yes.
He asked Mike Pence to do something.
Can the police lie to you?
Illegal.
Can the police lie to you?
Hold up.
Yes, they can.
You know what?
He
Stay
gave me
on
opinion.
stay on point.
He gave me an
I
opinion.
asked you a question.
No.
His opinion was, this is what Mike Pence could do.
Yeah.
Mike Pence told him, no, I can't do that.
And that's what Mike Pence said.
And
I got no problem
And
with
he
that.
said, you're too honest. So if someone gave you an honest answer and you say you don't want them to do the honest thing,
because
your opinion doesn't matter.
They lied on that man
Let me
for
ask
4
you,
years.
what I just said to you, is that a lie?
No. I still support the guy.
Okay, good.
They screwed him, glued him, and tattooed him.
But the evidence says if you ask someone to do, that's called a conspiracy.
He did not conspire. No, he didn't.
When two or more people agree to do something that is illegal, it is a conspiracy.
You're a Democrat. That's our problem.
No,
you're just a Democrat. I ain't mad at that.
That's your answer.
Anyway, we are back. Good morning, everybody. The music today is brought to you by 1972. You know, and you know who this is, that little Al Green thing. I'm so okay, then let's go back to the phone. Talking to 822-1440 is our number. You want to give us a call? We'll talk to us on the back. You can text me for 19998. Let's do this. Other things talking about today too, though. They're persecuting the former president of the United States like it was Jesus Christ or something. Hey, they're doing him the same way they did Jesus Christ. They persecuted him, prosecuted him every time, all because they didn't like to do it. That's all that's about. That's right. No, he had his opinion. You're right to have your opinion.
So what he told Mike Pence to do, which was his opinion, and Mike Pence refused to do it. He said, "You're too honest."
He has a right to have an opinion.
So if I tell you to do something, I said, "Kevin, do it." I can't do it. And I said, "You're too honest."
That's your opinion. I'm not going to do it if I don't want to do it.
If it's against the law.
It's honest. Wait, it's only against
well,
the law.
Okay, if I tell you, Kevin, you refuse to do what I do, that's not the right thing to do. And I tell you, Kevin,
now if you force me to do it, because he knows the system up there. He got nothing but crooks in Washington D.C. They all skirt the truth.
Let's stick with what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
If I say to you, Kevin, you're too honest.
How do you say
that means I know what I told you is this.
No. That means it's a perception.
No.
That
means that if I say, Kevin, you're too honest,
I won't change your mind. You won't change mine. They're persecuting that man. 4 years of a lie, he worked for the record. 4-year lie. Impeachment.
So when he said,
a 4-year lie.
In Manhattan, he said,
they ask him the question. Okay. Yeah. Then you just do anything for you. When he said over a million years,
He told the truth. He told the truth.
Let me
That
ask
if he got money, you famous, next one will give you that.
Hold on. But is that right?
I thought it was right, and but it is what it is.
You don't know if it's right.
In other words, that was his opinion.
What do you say on that tape?
That was his opinion.
When you're famous, you can go up to a woman and grab her by the blank.
And for years, we've been grabbing them by the blank.
I have never done that.
That's a lie. You know you didn't get it. Look me in the eye and look at me. You know you didn't did it. We all done did it.
Why you look away when I look you in the eye?
Let me go to the start. You all did it.
You look away when I look you in the eye.
Why else you the man yet? What is this?
That's not a way of man. That's a way of punk act. That's a punk.
Good morning. Good, fine. How you? Mm-hmm. 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 I heard about the fleet. Yeah. I heard about the fleet issue. Okay. Right. Wasn't there when I got here, there was a woman that was in charge of it. Yeah. I haven't heard any complaints about it. So, no. That's a matter of opinion, but yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you guys have enough bodies working in that department to get the job done? And they gave a 19% raise here last year. Oh, so they took the little money. They took the little money they made. Yeah. So they took the little money they gave it, paid it on insurance now.
Right. Well, since you're on the phone, then let me ask you this question, Paula. What is the problem now? Is it equipment or is it the personnel? Is there a shortage of equipment or a shortage of what's the problem? Both. So you have a combination of both. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Hey, let's appreciate that you called. It sound like you know a little bit what you're talking about. 8:34 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm independent, sir. Right. Well, let me ask you this: is it okay for if you're a celebrity to go up and grab a woman by the private? You approve of that? You approve of that? Well, I didn't. I asked you the question, sir. Is it okay to do that? You're okay with that? It's wrong. I'm saying he said that. I thought it was very, very inappropriate for him to say that.
He just said he was it was Bravo. It was Bravo. It was Bravo Sierra.
Oh, you don't think he? But then again, he was asked in court.
It was junk.
No,
it was junk.
In court, he said
it privately. He said it.
No,
and it is. And it is what happened.
No,
it is what happened.
In court, in his deposition, he said it's what happened.
It does happen.
Whether it's fortunate or unfortunate.
I mean, it is what happened.
And he was asked, "Are you a celebrity?"
What's he?
Okay, so he admitted that that's what he does.
Okay.
So let me ask you now. Now I'm saying he said that's what he does.
So why does a 26-year-old woman marry an 80-year-old guy?
Hold on. He said it in court, right? So this is my point. Was he right or wrong?
He's right.
He's right.
He's right.
Caller, what did you say, sir? Wait a minute. So you're saying Donald Trump lied under oath? Wait a minute. You don't talk to the big name. Hold on. What did you say, caller? No, we're talking about Donald Trump right now. What he said.
No, wait a minute.
What he said. No, we're talking about what he said. There's no both sides to what he said.
Should you take money from a foreign
Right,
government?
look.
Take money from a foreign
The question
as
is,
vice president of the United States.
was he right or wrong and what he said and what he did?
He's right. He's right.
He was right, but if you're a celebrity, just grab them.
Do what you want to do. They let you do it. You got money, they'll let you do anything on
You
it.
agree with that?
If I ain't doing it, I ain't
No,
doing it.
well, two people are talking, one of you. What do you think, caller?
Listen, Donald is Donald.
Hold on, no, let him talk. What do you think, caller? Wait a minute. Yeah, it's your show. Yes. And he said he grabbed women by the genital.
He lied.
So he lied.
He lied. Yeah,
So when he was asked the same question in court, he said
he lied again.
He said he was a celebrity, and that's what celebrities do.
That's what they do. Women let you do things when you get money.
What I'm saying, he said he did. Okay, go.
There is. There is one. They can't. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. There certainly is a double
Let me
standard.
get this straight, Kevin.
Yeah.
You think that it's okay
I
for
think
Donald Trump as a celebrity?
I think the woman let you do
No,
it.
hold on,
That's
hold
up
on,
to him and you. Him and you.
But that's called duress.
I think it's great. It's called money. And people don't want to get close
Actually,
to it.
that is rape in a form that
Okay.
the person who has a position. That's why people get fired on the job.
That's called sex.
Yeah. That's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
So you agree that sexual harassment is okay?
I think that what happens between two people with their consent is their business.
No. It's sexual harassment. If that person is a celebrity and they grab you because and there's nothing you can do about it because no one's going to believe you.
Why can't you do something about it?
No, they're victims.
Because they all more about
rape. You know that.
No, that's right.
That's right.
I don't, I mean,
That's why he
maybe,
has to pay $5 million for
well,
that claim.
well, and obviously she was, nobody wanted to rape her.
No, wait a minute. He wasn't ugly. That's 40 years ago.
I don't care. Why is the man subject to something happened 40 years ago?
Hey,
Why is the man subject to that?
Because the law and
Yeah,
doesn't
okay.
have a limit.
I know they don't. Okay. 40
Wrong
years.
is, wait a minute.
Like they
Was
did
it-
Bill Cosby.
Wrong is wrong.
40 years. How do we know it was wrong?
Wrong is
How do we know it happened? They got video? We didn't have video. A woman can lie and say anything they want to 40 years later, and you get it. Do we have film of it? Do we have film of it?
Believe. If I tell you I do something, believe me.
Anyway, let's go there. Let's talk about it. You and I can never agree.
No, I mean, that's simple.
Yeah. Good morning. Who's this?
I'm talking about what he said.
Yeah. Morning. Mr. Locke said, yeah. Good morning. Who's this? All right. Good morning. Who's this? All right. Anyway, only the Democrats go back 40 years. Look, that woman who blamed the Supreme Court justice. Well, she don't. It happened, but she couldn't remember where the house was. Give me a break. There was nothing wrong with Roy Moore. But there's nothing wrong with going out.
Was that a Democrat?
They didn't like Roy Moore.
Okay.
They didn't like
Well,
Roy
don't
Moore.
make it a Democrat.
Okay. I'm just saying,
Because Roy Moore's case.
he didn't rape anybody. He didn't do anything. He liked young women to go out with. I ain't had it.
You were on
And he asked the parents.
claiming you did something.
Okay.
Now
But without proof is my problem. A mere accusation would get a man brought to court in the year 2023. A mere accusation.
But what he had,
Yeah.
what he admitted to in his deposition, he didn't appear in court.
He
He had a deposition. He did not appear in court to defend himself. But again, they played his deposition. And in his deposition, he said, for over many years, celebrities have done this.
And these people that made the poor folks like me.
Then they asked him, well, he answered the question. They said, do you consider yourself a celebrity? He said, yes. So if that's what celebrities do, and I've done it, that means if I do it, I'm a celebrity.
I don't know about
So he
that.
admitted to his own guilt. But again, what I'm telling you, Kevin, he did not appear in court. The deposition was there of what he said. And that's what they used to do.
All right, well, let's make my phone go out of order right now. Being, yeah, just you and I, because you're wrong.
Okay. And you know what? Anyone listening, I can. What I'm saying, okay, it is factual. That he said.
Okay.
So in court, he was ruled against.
They also said he was responsible for the Russians for 4 years.
I'm dealing with that.
Also said that.
I'm not dealing with suppositions. I'm dealing with factual information. This is what our conversation. And so, can you justify what he admitted?
Let me answer. When a 26-year-old woman marries a 30-year-old guy, what's she doing?
What is that?
It ain't love.
Hold on.
It's
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know.
It ain't love.
I'm 68. I don't know what an 80-year-old man does.
It ain't love.
Okay, I know 80-year-old man.
It's.
I don't know that, Kevin. Do you know that?
Yes. Yes, I do. A
You're
26-year-old
the only way
woman.
you can know that is if you're 80 years old.
Don't marry an 80-year-old man unless it's about the money.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you ain't smart. I think we can take that actually from the back and think too. Because you ain't figured that one out by now. Something wrong with it.
Because look, I got a friend who's 80 years old and he's in better shape than a lot of my friends who are 68.
Okay. Does he got a 26-year-old wife? That's what I'm talking about.
But here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What does that age do?
Because
what are you justifying because of the age of coming up?
because women sometimes will come on to you because of what you got.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been doing it.
So you
look at the NBA.
You get all off track.
We got people who married basketball players because of the money, and then next thing you know, they divorce them and take everything they got. So what he said was
Our
right.
conversation was
Because women do allow you to do things that otherwise you couldn't do. That's just the way it
so
goes.
you think it's right.
It's got nothing to do with right or wrong.
Are they allowing?
Yes.
Or are they just feel that they're obligated because
Well,
they
that's
can't do
funny.
anything about it?
They never came to me and offered me anything. I'm
I'm
broke.
not talking
Okay.
about. Okay.
Things happen when you're rich.
self-deprecating.
Wait. Things happen to you when you're rich. They don't happen to poor folks like me. Okay.
And what things are those?
You get all the women you want. Look at that. I don't care what you say. A rich man got an easier time than a poor man does. Okay.
Not just easy.
Okay.
If that's what and having a lot, that's a thing. You have a very low opinion of women in
No, only behavior is something. You can do all things if you got money. You can't do
you
it.
really believe that.
I know it. I don't say
Well,
that.
all you know about it being broke.
No, but I'm saying that's rich. Yes.
So you don't have any respect for rich friends. So you're saying money automatically.
Your generation will be broke.
Okay, you know what?
I hear you, bro.
And that's because you praise me. That's your God. You believe that money is everything. Money is nothing but a medium of it.
You said no, me. But I'm telling you that a rich man can get into the poor man game. Okay.
That's bull crap. You know what? And that's coming from a person who just lacks self-confidence.
All right, not me. I'm not self-confident.
You think if you had money, you get the same thing you get now.
You cannot be that naive. You cannot be. You went to St. Jude Educational Institute. Money, the Bible says money answereth all things.
That's a lie.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Hold up.
Money answereth all things.
That is a lie.
And that
That is
is
not
the
true.
Okay.
Money don't answer.
It answers. Yes, it. I tell you what the book say.
Well, if you're a Christian, what did
And
Jesus say?
What did Jesus
That's
say?
in the Bible. What did Jesus say? What did Jesus say about money? Jesus said it is easier for to go through the avenue than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. He also said, Jesus also said, put down everything and follow me. Let the dead bury you. Jesus also said, you don't have to let folks know when you give an offering.
Jesus said.
Well, see,
The Bible says money answers all things.
That's a lie. The Bible don't say money answers all things.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. Okay. He said, for laughter they make bread and wine, and the living makes peace. And all things obey money. People enjoy eating, and wine makes them happy, but money solves a lot of problems. Okay, that's Ecclesiastes. What does money? Most likely, money is the answer for everything. Now, everything has a context. But in the real world, if you have money, you can get almost anything happen. You can get everything.
That's the thing.
I'm
a minimalist. I know that. I love using money. You think. You believe that things are the way to happen.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. Okay. A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. I'm just telling you, if you got money, you get things done, but the folks other things with them. So Donald Trump did not lie. If you got money, women will come to you like they'll give you stuff. Not all women.
You agree with me.
Yes.
Nothing wrong.
No. If she was there, she wanted to be there.
If you just go up because you're a star and you grab her and she don't say anything.
Well, first of all, I don't know. I think the man was being ostentatious. I think he was being braggadocious in these meetings and trying to do something that he wasn't.
I told you what he does.
Okay,
and that's what T.G. Carroll says he does.
Okay. again.
And not only hurt other people also. And that's what he does.
Money will let you do it.
It's a belief that that's a predator, boy. That is a sexual predator.
Maybe so. I'm too broke to try. Hey, I ain't going there.
No. You're broke ain't trying to do
Yeah,
it.
I'm too broke to try that. Let me see if I got my phone working again. Let me see. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is your question? You know, what is your purpose? What is your question? What is your purpose? In other words, if one person steals and another person steals, which one is right? Let me ask you this. If one person steals and another person steals, which person is right? Is stealing right? Okay, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. 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 Well, let me ask you this. Since you're there, go ahead. Okay, you've got.
Okay, well, let me get some calls. They ain't talked yet.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yes. Right. Right. Again, I think the mayor should have the authority to populate his, well, the city council should anyway. Right. Right.
Actually, it was just one person. It was just one person. Wasn't it was one person. And a lot of people have problems. So if you just pick one thing, you pick anything, and someone's not going to like it. So it's, and there are a lot of people who say things. No, there are some that are uncontested. Well, let me ask you this: what is the job of the city council?
I don't have time for that.
No, it's not a big list. It's only one thing. They're the legislative body of the city of Montgomery. Yeah, yeah. You give him the legislature and the budget. That's it. That's it.
We got AI coming. Hey, we got AI coming pretty soon, so we won't need. Yeah. So we won't need either one of them pretty soon.
And then they'll get rid of all of it.
Good morning. Who's this? Morning. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so just make up something then and start talking. Who you talking to?
I don't hate anybody.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you talking to?
I don't hate anybody.
Who are you talking
Can
to?
you talk to me? Yeah,
Oh,
I don't hate anybody.
Okay, well, you got that off your chest.
Okay, I guess so.
Whatever that was.
Who? What authority do I have to protect the council? I have given you the microphone on a couple of occasions to tell your story. I just don't agree with your story, but I've given you the opportunity to do it. Truth is a relevant term. Oh, wait a minute. We got the internet, YouTube, and everything else. You can go on YouTube and make your pronunciation, whatever you want to call it, and tell the whole story without interruption. All right, then. Good morning. Who's this? This is American. You got freedom of speech.
fine, how are you, sir? Okay.
Yeah. No, no. There's a two-tier system in America. If you don't agree with that, then you're blind. There's a two-tier system in this country. Yeah. Yeah. But he's one of the Republicans, that like to go to the go to the country club. See?
Oh.
Because they want to go, because they didn't like Trump because he wasn't part of the country club. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna jump off the bridge with Trump.
He's with Trump. He's going to jump off the bridge.
No, but we don't like the two-tier system.
And that's your point.
That's it.
That's your point.
I don't care what you heard. I'm telling you, I've never seen a whole Congress against one man.
You think it's okay for him to show documents that should not be shown to people?
I don't know if he did that.
He did that. He said it.
Okay.
It's on tape.
But
he said, look at this.
But
that's part of this indictment. The documents that he showed those people that he shouldn't have showed.
And my understanding, it was a secret to a new golf course he was making.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I'm just saying. It was planned to do a strike against Iran.
Okay. Well,
he should have shown that to other people.
If he did that, that's wrong.
Look, Kevin,
if
you
he did
pull it up, you
okay.
can see that is what part of the
But as
the
president,
papers that he showed to people he should not have seen.
Okay. As a president of the
That
United
is
States,
against the law.
You can declassify.
No, he can't. It wasn't declassified.
Okay. Well, he can't. I'm saying he can't declassify.
He didn't.
Okay. Come on, who's this?
And you can't just do it arbitrarily.
Okay, then. Well, anyway, listen, I've never been president of the United States, and all
you never will be.
And all these presidents do what they do, and I imagine.
But this is one like no other. Let's admit one thing. Yeah, he has done something that no president has ever done. First of all, those documents that he had should not have been in his possession.
Obama did it. Biden did it.
That's all. They had documents.
They took documents.
Accidentally.
Oh, so no accident. So that makes.
But now, if I ask you, give me those documents you should not have.
Now, I will agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that.
Now, that is the law. That is against the law. Now, that's what
I agree with you on that. He asked for the documents. He should have returned them.
And then when he removed them illegally, and here's the thing: it's just like Watergate. When you try to hide what you did. Conspiracy.
I will agree with that, and that's the only thing I'm going to agree on, that he probably should have taken documents. Good morning, who's this? Good morning, who's this? Yes. Yes, quick. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he said he grabbed. He just said he grabbed.
He just.
I believe him. He said he said he will grab him when he's famous. Let me ask you this, Carl. Didn't he say he will grab him because he's famous? No. Question. Look, am I talking to someone else or you? I asked you a question. Didn't he say that he would do it because he was famous?
Listen, we got to come back tomorrow and finish this conversation.
Yeah,
this is over.
Yeah, you got to defend Trump.
Yeah, I got to defend
I won't be here.
Anyway, in a couple of weeks there.
Okay.
Down, but we're right at the election time on this. Yeah. You have a great day.
I like the defense. Biden did it.
Yeah, I think he was stupid not getting back to Dr. Nash. I do believe
that is a crime. They said, okay, give it to him.
Yeah.
Then when you have lawyers to lie and say you don't have it, that's a crime. So each indictment is actually correct. You say, hey, I don't have them. Then you tell, someone, erase the tape that'll show that we moved.
Because we took a guy who had never been president, like any other political office, didn't quite understand that he
Look,
was
hey,
federal law.
ignorance of the law. Look, and everybody tell you, they say, when the lawyer told me, said, Mr. Trump, you can't, President Trump, you can't do this.
Yeah, I get it.
You can't do this. And then why do all those lawyers keep quitting? He had two to quit the same day. And look here, I told him not to do it.
He is arrogant and narcissistic.
Right.
No doubt in my
And
mind.
that was a problem.
And that's a
And
problem.
he
for
ain't
President
doing that
Trump.
now.
I get that, but
I don't care
that woman said,
what he happened to be the president of the United States.
again, but why did we put why do you believe we put a man in